say welcome to the main event.
Run that thing, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer! Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, as I'm saying, Mr. Blitz Tech.
Raving your GS.
Joe 1 for the Cyber Nerds.
And welcome to A Quiet Place Part 2 Spoiler Review. And you know, this ain't the place to be very, very quiet, so you know what you should be doing. Pressing the subscribe button, liking the video, watching the whole thing, and when you do, have a discussion below. You know what I'm saying? Join if you watched the movie. You're welcome. If you haven't watched it, you know what you should be doing. Go over to patreon.com/cybernerds, watching this reaction to this movie, and then coming back here and going into the comment section. Guys, what's good is happening? You guys saying about the movie?
I thought it was a good movie, man. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was a legit sequel to the first one. I like that it starts pretty much right where the last one ends. I just thought it was good, man. It was good to see Cillian Murphy get I don't want to say a leading role because he's not really leading it, but he's there. He's very prominent in the whole movie, and I like to see my man shine in it. I don't feel like there was the bears of Emily Blunt. I feel like she takes more of a backseat to the kids than Cillian Murphy in this movie. But yeah, man, I thought it was fire. I thought it was a good movie.
You saying, Raven?
Come on, man. Come on. There's not many movies out there where you have the sequel, and it like if the first one was a super legit movie, a really good movie. There's not many movies who can do that. Like we've seen the track record. It's just not there. Like the tally is just not there. And this movie, fam, John Krasinski, like I feel like one of the best things they did was bring Cillian Murphy into this thing, innit? Like, cause I feel like because he's not in this movie, he's in this movie, but he's not in this movie, and having him with like a character with not a character but an actor with that kind of caliber, like. It just balanced things out, and especially like, bro, you can't have just any dude next to Emily Blunt. Like, come on, let's be real. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a madness. But the whole movie, hey, listen, it's a madness. Like, it's a roller coaster of emotions. Like from the beginning to the end. Do you know what I'm saying? Man's over here like questioning characters. Like, and hey, listen, cameraman and editing, you man, madness. Oh, and the score as well. Let's not forget about that. The score is a madness.
I was going to say is that the thing I like about the movie the most is just the set pieces and how everything is edited together, from obviously sound design, lack of or when there is sound, just like even the transition between like one scene and the other, and how the
parallels.
Yeah, the parallels of two people in two different places. I thought that was super legit. Like just having, I think the performances like across the board are pretty sick. From like the kids to the adults like Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, even the beginning with just John as well. And like even though he's absent from the movie, and then obviously takes over from Cillian being that main male protagonist, like. Everyone just did a really sick job, I just think. It's
man.
Super lit.
So yeah, man. I thought it was fire as well, and I love the way it's mad because I watched this and I'm like, I guess like this is a horror movie, innit? But like it, for me, I feel like it doesn't feel like a horror movie. It feels more like a thriller, innit? Where it's like the suspense is what kills you more than the enemy. Do you know what I'm saying?
No pun intended.
Yeah, the suspense. Yeah, bruv, that's it, bruv. The
suspense is what kills you.
It is, bruv. The suspense is what gets you, bruv. The suspense is what gets you, and it's like you know certain things are coming, but it still gets you because the level of the where they get the tension and suspense is such a high level, bruv. Like bare movies just can't do it like this, and that's what's crazy to me because it's like, bruv. A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place 2, I feel like do this thing so well. It's crazy to me that there's other like horror movies that are out there that aren't still understanding this that one concept, bruv. Like the guy, like the murderer, the hacker, the slasher doesn't have to be scary, bruv. But the fear of man is what can get you now, and I feel like that's where like horror is leading to. For me, anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Horror that interests me, like these kind of movies. Obviously, what's my man's name? Get Out and all that. Jordan Peele. Though, you know what I'm saying? I feel like better movies are built up off the suspense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like these man they nail it here, and especially the stuff that you man were talking about with the editing as well. I love how they did parallels between Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy's characters, and then they flipped that later, and they did it with the two kids. Do you know what I'm saying? Like showing like their growth separately, but together at the same time as well. So I thought that was fire, man.
No,
yeah, man.
One thing that I think is really good about this movie is that, to me, it put me in the place of survival. Like, I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking, if this is real scenario, one, there's a lot of traits of how humans behave. We have this, not a scene, but there's a specific scene where Jimon is explained, there was 12 boats, only 2 came out. Because, like, fear overcomes, like...
Humans are dumb. Just
humans
are dumb.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because there is no survival instinct because of the world we're living in. Everything's been dumbed down. And we see this through the youths. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, one youth is leaning more towards like, she's just on job trying to get things done. While one is leaning more towards being scared, like fear. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's such a parallel thing to show in this movie, because we all know, like, majority of the human beings will lean towards fear. Like, if going back to the first movie where the dad, John Krasinski, is kind of has that little battle with the daughter. Like, yo, you can't do this. No, you have to stop. It's like, bruv, if we're in this world where you have nothing to lose, why would you play it safe? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of vibes I get with this, where it's like, that's the struggle between who's trying to progress forward and who's clinging on to the fear. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you cling on to the fear, that's when mistakes are made. Do you know what I'm saying? You can make mistakes trying to progress forward, but at least you're going forward. Bruv, clinging on to fear and staying in the same spot and still committing, like, making mistakes, bruv. Everyone's getting finished.
But you're human though, bro.
It depends, bro. Yeah.
To train that out of someone ain't gonna take a day, innit?
Yeah.
Like, that's like army training you're talking about there. No, talking about kids.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah, I took that into my own experiences of, like, life and death situations.
Right.
Where, man,
Did she grow up in Cannon Town, bro?
I don't know about that, innit? I don't know about
You
that.
saw the
Nah,
time
bro,
that
take
was
it too far, bro.
You saw the time where man was like, didn't even have to pay for the things, bro. Yeah, I'll be back in a week, bro. It's
Bro,
cool.
they're living in a
yeah.
different universe,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying, bro.
There's no way, bro.
Yeah, I've never. Like, listen, there's a particular time in my life where man got caught up in an event I've never been in, and man came out of it, bruv. A lot of people would have drowned in that situation. I'm just talking about my experience. I'm not talking about being in Canning
That's what I'm saying.
Town.
Just talk about the
I'm not
movie,
talking
bro.
about-
I want to talk about the movie.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, it just in general of like, when you're in certain situations, how people move.
Yeah, like,
and I feel
and
like
that stuff's
they did a good job with between the siblings.
Right.
One's clinging on to fear.
Yeah.
Nah.
One's push, like, she's making mistake, but she's trying to move forward.
After
That's
the
what
fact
I
I'm
don't
having
agree.
fear,
That's
though.
what
Exactly.
I'm
I don't
getting
After the
to.
fact.
I don't
Say that
agree.
again.
I don't agree, bro.
After the fact of having fear, though, the first time we see her, she goes, I'm going to go out into the wilderness because there's a signal coming from the island. I'm going to go out. The first time she encounters one of these aliens, or the other time
She was
encounters
dead,
everything-
bro.
Yeah, she was like...
She was dead.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is
So
what I'm
after
saying.
that
You can
fact-
make mistakes trying to go forward. My man saying, no, you can't do them things. Let's just stay here,
See,
bro.
the difference. I think the difference is going back to what you're talking about the dad is John Krasinski in the first movie is her dad.
Yeah.
This is what we've also got to bear in mind.
Right.
So it's like, even though if inside he thinks that she can do these things, his first instinct is her safety. So I don't see it as him holding her back. I see him as him being the leader of the house and protecting Wagwan. Now in this movie, the dad dies and now she's inspired to be action woman, which is fine. But when
Man,
Crunch,
action woman, you know.
That's true, bro. She wanted to be Tomb
bro,
Raider.
yeah, bro, man was calling her in a watch along door the Explorer, bro. She's out there, bro, and it's like I don't fault the energy. I fault the plan, because the plan is mad. If you want to go out and do them things,
Man's living in a mad world, brother.
Bruv, the plan is mad. the plan doesn't make sense in a mad world or in a sane world. It doesn't make sense, bruv, because she's in a house or she's in a tomb with 1, 2, 3 other people. Yeah, like there's more weapons. Like if we just sat down and said, "This is what I want to do," we could have bounced some ideas off. Man could have said no. Mum could have said no, you're not going. And then after all of that, even if they don't agree, she can still sneak out the same way she snuck out anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? But like, she doesn't make smart decisions. And then for you to be like, oh, you can make mistakes, bruv. The mistake she made, she would have been finished. And I don't like that scene in the movie where Killian saves her. And it's the same thing in Batman vs Superman where Batman crashes the plane, Doomsday's doing the beams, and man does this, bruv. You don't do that, and she shouldn't have been scared. She should have shot the gun and maybe not kill, but Cillian Murphy shoots it as well, and that's how it died.
And that's how it died. That's the kill thing. At least injure the guy.
Yes, no.
Did she completely miss him?
No, she hits it first time, just skims it, and the second time she bottles it. She's like, oh no, I'm loading the gun, bruv. For me, like I feel like that's dead. Do you get me? Because I don't want her, like, I want that energy from her dad to be real, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want her to go out there and at least, like, almost die fighting. Even if she missed the second shot, do you know what I'm saying? Out of, I can't hold the gun, whatever, and then he does it. At least, do you know what I'm saying? She was in an action position, bro. For me, do you get me? But, like, I don't know, it's not my character and all this other stuff, you get me? But that's just how I thought about that. And I think there's characters in the movie, and this is just probably my biggest pet peeve of the whole movie, is that bare man are doing the dumbest thing. I know it's a horror movie, and people have got to do dumb stuff.
But don't you think that goes back to the whole human thing?
No,
like,
bro.
Human just, when it comes to this thing, like, you man just not coming correct with the thing, bro.
Because Jimon, he seems to be one of the smartest people in the movie. From time you meet him, this is what happened. Boom, boom, boom. We're living here. We're doing this. We're doing that. Man is the action guy. Puts his utes in the cupboard. Jumps in a whip, boom, 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 buzzing the horn, the thing's chasing, bruv. He knows exactly what to do. And then the second it's like, oh, well, we've got to get rid of this character, he's too smart. He turns into the dumbest person. Bruv, that just takes me...
I don't even think that's a pet peeve, bro. That's a very questionable scene. That's a very questionable scene.
That takes me out of the whole movie. Yeah, but I'm not... It's a pet peeve because it's not just him. He does the dumbness, but then I feel like the dumbness that she did as well. Saying I'm going out, but then you're not equipped for the task at hand. It's dumb, bro.
The son as well, like, man's injured. All of a sudden he's using the most antidote for the baby, and he's like, oh, let me just explore around here for God over. Obviously, he gave us exposition about Killian and his wife and how he was saying that she was in pain. So did he put her out of misery then?
Is that what it looks like it, because her body was intact and she was laying on the table.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, they could have shown that another way. But the fact that the boy had to be alone told everyone, oh, like, I don't want to be here by myself. Mom saying, oh, you got everything you need. All right, cool. He's telling his sister not to go, but she leaves anyway. Then this man leaves as well. I'm like, you just told everybody you don't want to be alone, and you're leaving your baby, like, bro or sis, by themselves. Didn't even check the tank.
Bruv, you know.
And then when he does take the tank, he's taking the most oxygen.
I don't even think he knew he was taking. I thought that was the placebo that was playing on him. He thought he was taking the thing, bruv.
That's mad, bro.
But to me, like, it just, bruv.
Too much.
I don't know, bruv. But to me, do you guys reckon the baby should have been gone?
I would say so because he was out. And then obviously before the thing was closed, the baby would have been gone as well.
I thought the baby should have, because one thing they could have really done with this part 2 is take it to another level. Like they did it, but they didn't fully commit to that level, because bruv, that if someone who doesn't have that kind of attention to detail to things, because this is normal. Like, some people do have that, some people don't have that. Do you know what I'm saying? And in a situation where, again, fear, you cling on to it like, bruv, you're not thinking straight. Do you know what I'm saying? So to me, bruv, baby should have been gone.
Because
it raises the stakes where we're living, the way we. Do you know what I'm saying?
And CCP would have been on these man. Bro.
Nah, bro, dead that, bro. Nah, dead that, bro. You got to commit.
The man complains, bro. You guys killed a baby.
Bro, think about it. Yeah?
Disclaimer: the views. I mean, the Cybernuts don't promote killing babies, but yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine from the first movie, we go through all these struggles of because the baby's crying, and then we get here, boom. Your own brother, bro. He's gonna be finished, bro.
Yeah, see, and this is the thing for me. Like I think I was caught up in someone should have taken an L in the movie. One of the core group has to take an L. Now, for me, it could either only be the baby or Emily Blunt, because at the end of the movie, it sets up the kids are good enough to survive on their own. Do you know what I'm saying? Then I was just like, well, if Emily Blunt died while she was fighting up that monster up there, it would have been good, because then it's the you and the baby, if the baby survives. That there is a mad dynamic for part 3 already. And then you got the sister out there as well. We've got to reunite. Cillian Murphy's still here, but we can kill him in the first 10 minutes of the next movie, or he can decide to stay wherever them man are at. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
well, he can't even move, to be honest.
Yeah, or something like, yeah, because his leg's finished. You get me? It's like, I felt like something.
That's what I thought.
I just felt like something like that should have happened.
Was the thing with it?
Get
like, yo, imagine if the brother lets the little one die, and then these lot out there, and then he just becomes a whole different madman. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Just finishing these lot. Like, bro, I thought this is where you take the next movies to a whole different level, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And I felt like this is where I'm not sure if they tried to play it safe or this is what the vision was.
Director's cut.
But I thought
the baby ain't died in the director's cut.
That's bad. That's mad.
Possible. They thought it is a cut somewhere where they're like, yeah, the baby died, but this guy is trying to resuscitate the baby, like, and there's like probably like a test group like, nah, we don't like that, you know. We don't know about that. So they have to run it back.
Them test groups, fam. Them test groups are dumb, bro. Get me? But yeah, this is the test group you need anyway. But yeah, listen, I thought, bro, even with all that said, I thought the movie was fire, bro. I thought the movie was fire, get me? I feel like it's definitely lived up to the sequel of A Quiet Place, and I'm really interested to see what they do with the next one, because I think I heard before they did The Quiet Place 2 that they was talking about doing A Quiet Place just somewhere else in the world with a different family, and I would still like that to be explored. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like a different, like,
whole different family somewhere else. It was A Quiet Place in like Russia or something. Right. Do you know what I'm saying?
So it's a world event, not just America.
Yeah. That's what I think. These were some of the things. But this was time ago before this came out. Do you know what I'm saying? But I would still love to explore that, because I think one thing that they did sick in this movie with the world building is it's like we were only with this family. Do you know what I'm saying? We didn't really have any contact with the outside world, and as they make contact with the outside world, we find out more stuff. It's like, this family's got one secret about the hearing thing. Then these lot find out about the water thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, what else is going on in other places?
No, 1000%.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was fire again.
Yeah, because even though this family, no one wears shoes.
Okay, yeah.
Cillian Murphy's character is wearing a boot. Why is that? Like, what did you figure out for you to be not wearing, you know what I'm saying, like, footwear?
So I don't think he goes, like he said.
Yeah, he don't go nowhere.
Yeah, he said there's nothing else for you guys here. He just stayed there with his family.
And they poured sand on everywhere they would go. Do you know what I'm saying? All that sand stopped at places because they didn't want to go further. Than that. Yeah, but that was them. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
But how did we get there? Like, where was the? Because even during the watch along, I was like, yo, like with the third part. Imagine, because obviously over here, the first 15 minutes, they showed the day of contact, but then the youngest son is there, but then we know through the first and second movie, that son doesn't exist anymore. There is that time.
Said man don't exist, you know. He got killed.
Bro, he got killed. But there is that timeline. There is.
Said man don't exist anymore.
Bro, but there is that time where.
Yeah, where he was alive.
Something happened for him to get murked.
Didn't they show in the first movie?
He showed in the first movie.
How he got murked?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
picks up the toy. That's why they show it. The
The-
toy,
the little,
aeroplane, fam.
aeroplane.
Man's playing with it at the bridge, and the thing he gets wrapped, bruv.
Did he?
Yeah, fam.
I need to go back and watch the first one.
Bruv, straight away, fam. That's why they go back here in this. He gets wrapped right there. That's why.
Oh, when she's on the
the
track.
first shot of John Krasinski in the store.
Yeah.
That's the same
No,
store
I see.
they go in
And I
the
see,
first
yeah,
one.
they did the track.
Where he
thing
tells
where
the
you see
kid
the
to
thing.
leave the toy, yeah,
he takes
and that's
it,
the toy he takes.
Okay.
Okay. That's why I thought she was going back to the store.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying? But she was going to
To the chemist.
the grave.
Mm.
Get me? So
Martin.
Jumping on your point about families, what I found was mad interesting is when they were going towards the port or whatever, and then obviously he's unwrapping the boat. I don't know how the other chick didn't see the little girl run by, but it begs the question, like, what happened to those guys at
For
the
them to be
pool?
moving like that.
Because obviously they must have been seeing bare people trying to get boats, and they're like, oh, this is just like
this is a
free
good
fall
place.
now.
Yeah, this is a good place for us to just be catching people.
Yeah.
bro. But
Yeah,
fam,
but mad, bro.
why?
why not, bro? If they're scavengers and like this is the port is obviously a place where bare people are coming, they're just like, oh, we can
Oh, so
survive
we
off
just
these,
so we
man.
just wrap up. The,
Yeah,
the
that's
food
right. They
off
had,
them.
Yeah.
bro. They was all
Live
in
on
the
the boats.
Yeah, all of them man were living in. As soon as Cillian Murphy got wrapped, you see bare man coming out bare different boats,
Yeah.
fam. That's their game plan, fam. They're just
Stand
waiting
at
there
the
to wrap man
girl.
up.
Yeah, we hear footsteps. Stand at the girl. You're the most innocent looking. Take this news with you. That's
Alright,
it.
listen, that noose thing,
Bro.
using the little girl to put the noose around, man.
Mm.
Listen, there's a couple of scenes in this movie.
Bro.
It's so peak, so intense. It's crazy. Was it John Krasinski that directed this thing?
Yeah.
I fam, you see
Bro.
you, yeah, you're a madman, but you're a freaking genius, bruv.
He's on it.
Certain scenes in this movie, it's peak, bruv.
He's on it. But yeah, seeing other families like that, you'd want to see how they got to be, and even just Cillian Murphy just saying there's people out here that just ain't worth saving no more. It's like who have you seen and come across you to be saying that? And I think
he's
it would
probably
have to
just
be more
watching.
than a movie. It would have to be like the
series.
series you're talking about.
Yeah.
It would have to be like that.
Series would be mad. A
It
series
has to
of
be
this
that.
would be mad.
Definitely, I'll
Definitely.
definitely back to series
Series
for
of this
this
would be
because
mad,
it just explores the whole place
Dynamic of
with these lot in it. Something like The Walking Dead. Because
Not
bruv,
like The Walking Dead.
not like The Walking
Not like
Dead,
The
but
Walking
I'm just
Them man get too Hollywood with it, bruv. We got to
Did they?
keep all the characters alive and all of that, bruv.
Did they?
Bruv, not enough man in The Walking Dead get finished, bruv.
Really?
That's how I feel
I
anyway,
thought Bear Man was
Nah,
getting
bruv. Not like
kept
Game of Thrones, bruv. Like Game of Thrones did it right until like the last couple
Okay,
seasons.
Okay. I see
But,
where
bruv,
you're coming from. Okay.
If we're doing this, yeah, and the way people get wrapped up by these things, bruv, everyone's got to be off the table, bruv. Everyone, like, they got to have a rolling cast, fam. Do you know what I'm saying?
Twitter is gonna be on a madness.
That's
People
how it's
gonna
gotta be,
out here
bruv.
Crying left, right,
That's
and
it, bruv.
Makes a lot of
centre.
sense though.
That's
Is
it. Oh,
From time
the-
John can get finished from the first movie,
bruv,
bro.
that's
it makes
and
perfect
that's what
sense.
sets the tone for the baby or Emily Blunt to get finished in this movie.
And they didn't.
Exactly, but and that's what I'm saying.
The stakes,
Bruv.
they didn't push the bar.
And this is what I'm saying about it
Desperate.
gets Hollywood, bruv. It gets Hollywood. I'm like, yeah, but we can't really kill Emily Blunt. Like, fam, I know what you're saying. You want to keep her alive, but in the next movie, you have her in a flashback, the same way you had John in a flashback
So
in this movie.
what you're saying is Jimon Hunso wasn't Hollywood enough because he got capped for like 5
No,
minutes.
that
later.
was
He's
on
dancing,
bang on.
bruv.
That was on Hollywood, bro. Man was
he's dancing.
saying.
You see the black police officer get finished as well,
That
bro.
as well, bro. Yeah.
I'm not involved in it. You get me?
Let
Mad,
me take
bro.
a little shoot.
I just know we're always keeping the black murder count. You get me? So hey,
Bro,
Hey.
that's my family. I need
What?
to go back. You're heading towards the door. You're not even looking where you're going, you know.
I'm
That
just-
was crazy.
You know that thing was out there. He's like, I need
He
to
did
go
the
back.
all the right moves.
man's
man.
backing up into it as well. Like, let me get closer to the door.
Me walking to the thing, bro. It's like, sit down, you know. I'm ready to go. Like, bro, it's mad. No sense, bro.
Even the fact that man didn't even close the shutter all the way.
Yeah.
Really?
you're
Come on
violating
now.
it.
bro.
Really?
No, that was.
Man are moving
that
mad.
person
Come on now.
moonwalk towards the thing. You
Nah,
know,
bro, he
I
did
am
mad
done.
writing, mad
He did,
writing.
fam. Yeah, that was dead, bro.
Uh,
They should have came up with a better way, fam.
Yeah.
They should have at least let him just run away, bro. They should have just let him like drive the car off. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Then lead that up. If we did that, that's up to the audience. If we
Bro,
did that, that's up to
get
the
me?
audience.
Yeah, fam. Bro.
Nah, man, but listen, there's a couple of things they need to take to the next part 3, bruv. The stakes gotta be higher.
Mm.
People that we care gotta get murked because this how
These worlds work.
yeah, like us going just going back to our watch along, bruv. Mad emotions. But you gotta get to the highest of the highest, bruv, and that comes with you murking someone.
Someone's got to get finished.
Someone's gotta get finished.
It's a horror
bruv.
movie, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I felt like you might kind of half stepped with that in this movie. But nevertheless, the movie was a banger still.
Still, that's what's mad.
Yeah.
That's what's mad.
Man's
Like,
out
all
here
of
being
this-
greedy, bro.
Yeah,
It's a good movie. Man's out here being greedy, bro. We want more. We want more deaths. Hey, listen. Gets like that, innit?
Telling you, them test groups out there. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of this movie? Are you going to watch it? Have you seen it? Are you getting spoiled right now because you don't care? Because you know you want to watch it anyway. The place to be is patreon.com/cybernerds. Watching it with us, enjoying the thing right there, seeing what we're talking about. I'm sorry, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
Joe one further the Cyber Nerds.
Peace.